In this video, I'm gonna show you how to go from a complete beginner in Capcut to editing like a pro in less than 80 minutes. But before we do that, let's actually take a look at how you're gonna be editing by the end of this tutorial.
If you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business in 2024, if you have at least 5 to 7 hours a week to put into this, and you have at least a small amount of capital to start with, I want to give you my 7-step framework for free and how I was able to go from zero to $320,000 a year in revenue in my very first year of Airbnb arbitrage.
So whether you want to learn the editing skill yourself or you're just curious about how these videos are edited, this is the right tutorial for you. And here's actually what we are going to be covering. First, we're going to be creating templates so you can start editing faster and easier every time you create a new piece of content. Then we're going to learn how to prepare your footage so you can start editing right away. After that, we're going to be learning how to add captions, whether using Capcut or using other softwares. After that, we're going to be working on defining the big idea. So this is basically dividing the video into segments so you have total clarity by always knowing what's the next step on your editing. Then we're going to be editing the hook, and also the rest of the video you're going to be learning basics, you're going to be learning animations and some cool features that Capcut has. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Again, I go in depth with all the things that I'm talking about, so be patient, follow along, practice, and let's actually dive into it. So the first thing that we're gonna do is to create a template. So we are going to open Capcut, and if you don't have it yet, you can go ahead and download it for free. Okay, capcut.com, you can get it. And after you do that, you know, you're gonna see this actually empty. I have a lot of videos, as you can see, and I also have templates for my clients and even for myself. All right, so the reason why we want to use templates is because every time you edit a new piece of content, okay, you don't want to add all the backgrounds and all the video effects over and over again to a new project. For example, I'm gonna open a new project here. Okay, I'm gonna click here, and as you can see, there's nothing here. Okay, there's nothing here. So if you do that, you know, every time you edit a new piece of content, you're gonna have everything empty, which means that you will need to import all your backgrounds and all your video effects over and over again. All right, so we're gonna call this template, and we're gonna build one so you don't have to do that over and over again. Now, if you don't have any backgrounds or any video editing assets, I have created these video editing assets. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. It's actually free. You just type a 0 here, but if you want to donate something, you can go ahead and do that as well. Once you download this, okay, it is going to take you to this drive folder where you're gonna find pretty much everything. Okay, all the backgrounds, all the video effects. I also uploaded some of my footage that you guys can use in this tutorial, so you guys can practice you know, whatever I'm gonna teach in this tutorial. Okay, so feel free to download the things that you need. For example, you can download this folder here. Okay, backgrounds. It's gonna take some time, so I'm gonna just cancel this. All right, and after you download everything, it's gonna take you here to, well, the downloads folder on your computer. And you know, something that I like to do just to keep it organized, I like to create some folders for all the video editing assets, okay, where I can just put everything together. So for example, in this one I have the backgrounds and pretty much everything video effects. Okay, so after you download and you organize it into your computer somewhere where you can access it, you know, just easy, you're gonna go on Capcut and you're going to import all the things that you downloaded. So for example, I have this here, the templates, and I have backgrounds and I have effects and audio and everything. So you just select the folder and you import the folder. Okay, it is just that easy, and you're gonna do that for every, you know, every folder that you download and every template that you download. I am going to give you guys an example when it comes to the overlays and effects. Okay, so for example, I'm going to bring this here to the timeline, and I'm going to import a video here. Okay, just for the example that I want to give you in this section of the video. So let's actually take this raw video from one of my clients. We're gonna put it on the timeline, and we're gonna put this here above. Okay, now keep in mind that this template that we're building, it is going to be for reels. Okay, so we can select here the ratio, and we can select 9:16. Okay, so that makes it for a reel. If you're editing a YouTube video, just go ahead and select this one. All right, so after you do that, here we have some transitions and overlays that I actually like to use. You can find them here again on the video effects, on the video editing assets, so you can go ahead and use them. But as you can see, it's black. Okay, and we don't want to do that. We want to actually use the transition. Now here are like 20 transitions, so we are going to, with control and scroll, we're going to make this bigger, and then I'm going to use this first transition here. So I'm going to cut the clip with Control B. Okay, and I'm going to delete this. And just to give you guys the example, I'm also going to cut this clip. All right, so we would like to use the overlay right there. Okay, so all we have to do is go ahead and rotate it to 90 degrees, and then adjust the size, and then click here on mode and put it into the screen mode. Okay,
$1,000 per month. I actually left my 9-to-5 career.
okay, there we go. So we have the overlay ready. Now you want to do this for all the overlays, or even you can go ahead and add some. Let's go to templates here really quick, and you can go to audio. Actually, let's just import the whole audio folder, and here I have like some whooshes, and you'll find some sound effects. Okay, so for example, I want to use a whoosh. Okay, so I'm gonna go here to whooshes, and I'm gonna drag and drop these ones here. So these are a list of like 20 whooshes. So for example, maybe I like this one here. Okay, so Control B again, and I delete this. All right, and I want to add it here, together with the transition.
Per month. I actually left my 9-to-5 career.
Okay, something like that. Okay, so if you really like this whoosh, you can also adjust the volume of it so it doesn't sound like very loud. And so let's say that you like that one, and so if you don't want to go over and over again to the folders and finding the whooshes that you like or the transitions, you can have them on the template. So for example, I want to delete this because we don't need it, and we keep this here, and then I'm gonna delete this here because again, this is the template. I'm gonna import the effects folder. Okay, and then I'm gonna get these overlays here inside the effects. Okay, again, feel free to go ahead and check the video editing assets and download everything, the things that you like and the things that you think you will need for your editing. Okay, and add them here to the timeline and leave them there. Okay, and you're gonna see why in the next section once we start editing for the reel for my client. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that example really quick so we can move on to the next section. Okay, so we have the template ready. Again, add everything, and let's move to the next section. Okay guys, so in this section we are going to prepare the footage. Okay, so that means that we are gonna color correct the video that we're gonna be editing. We're gonna trim it and cut it, and we're also going to add the audio from the microphone if you're using a microphone, or if your client is using a microphone like this one, and then they want to get rid of the audio from the original camera and they want to use the audio from the microphone, then we're going to do that as well. Okay, so let me actually show you because I know that was confusing. So let's go here to reel 7. Okay, of my client. This is the audio from the microphone they used, and this is the raw video, okay, with the camera, audio, and everything. So we're gonna go on Capcut, and we're not gonna use the template yet. Okay, we're gonna create a new project because we just want to prepare the footage. Okay, so on this new you don't have to name it. If you want, you can name it, but there's no need to name it. You're gonna just go ahead and find the footage that you want to prepare. In this case, we're gonna be using reel 7 for this tutorial. So I'm gonna go ahead and import these two files. Okay, again, one is the file for the audio from the microphone they used, and the other one is the camera and the raw video. So I'm gonna drag and drop the video here to the timeline. Okay, I'm gonna make this bigger a little bit, and then I'm gonna also drag and drop these the audio file. All right, so we now want to sync them. Okay, so I'm gonna right click here and I'm gonna sync the video to sound. All right, now Capcut does its thing, and now we have them synced. Okay, but now we have the audio duplicated, so we want to go ahead and select just the video. Okay, just the video here, and we want to right click and extract the audio. Okay, and we want to delete it. All right, so after we do this, we can select both clips, the audio and the original camera. We right click and we create a compound clip. Right, now I want this to go to the beginning of the timeline, so I can just drag and drop it, or I can select this one here. Okay, it's like a magnet, it makes the video go to the very beginning. Okay, so the next step would be adjusting the size of the clip. Okay, depending on the clip, you want to adjust the size before trimming the reel and before color correcting the clip. All right, so for me, for example, this guy, the speaker, it's there's a lot of dead space here, okay, that we can cut. So for example, I'm gonna take this and I'm going to just zoom in a little bit, maybe like 124. Okay, and then he is very like below, and there's a lot of space still above, so I'm gonna drag and drop him like around here. Okay, so let me see. Okay, that looks cool. I still want to leave some room for the zoom ins and zoom outs that we're gonna be doing on the next sections of this tutorial. Okay, so just keep in mind that we're gonna be using icons and text and stuff like that, so you want to leave some room in order to do that. Okay, all right, so we have adjusted the clip. Now we are going to color correct the clip. So for example, I'm gonna cut this clip here, cut it here with Ctrl B again, and then I'm gonna go here to this clip. I'm gonna select it, I'm gonna make this bigger just so I can see more the colors, and then I'm gonna adjust all these colors. Okay, so again, what you want to do is you want to play around with it depending on your video, and you want to play around with it and just make it look a little bit better. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna compare both clips so you can see. Okay, cool. So I have adjusted some things here, and now as you can see, guys, I can drag and drop this thing here, and it's a little bit different. Okay, this one is brighter and this one is a little bit darker, a little bit more professional maybe. So once you are fine with the color and you like it, you can select the clip that you edited, and then you apply to all. So it is going to apply the color to all the other clips. So after you do this, what you want to do, we can take this here again to its normal size, and then you want to cut the clip. Okay, you just want to trim it. Okay, cut the dead spaces and all that stuff. Now keep in mind that this video that they sent me has already been trimmed. Okay, so I don't have to do that. I'm noticing here some dead spaces though, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do this here, and you can go through the video, notice the the dead spaces, and then start editing. So I'm gonna just go through the video and I'm gonna notice the dead spaces, and I'm just gonna edit it a little bit more. Okay guys, so I have gone through all the video, I noticed some dead spaces, and I trimmed the video accordingly. Okay, so we have trimmed the video, we have added the audio from the microphone that they are using, which is this one here, and we have color corrected the video, so it's ready to edit. So what we're gonna do is we're going to export it. Okay, we're gonna name it accordingly. So for example, this one is reel 7. Okay, so I'm gonna call it Adam, and you can call it trimmed version. All right, and then you wanna place it or save it within the correct folder. So in this case it's reel 7, select folder, and then you're gonna export it.
If you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business.
Okay, cool. Now you want to close this, and if you want, you can keep this, like you can keep the, you know, the trimmed version, but just make sure also, if you're going to delete this, which I'm gonna do, just make sure that it exported correctly to the correct folder. So
If you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business,
okay, perfect, looks good. So once I'm sure that, you know, it has been exported, I can just go ahead and delete this one here because I don't need it anymore. Okay, so now on the next session, we're gonna start editing using the template. All right, cool guys, so I feel like we're making some good progress here, so let's actually keep going. And now we're going to be talking about captions. All right, now different ways to add captions. You can add them with Capcut. You can also use paid softwares, actually like Submagic, that I'm going to show you. And then I'm also going to show you how you can upload your own fonts, okay, to Capcut, so you can make different style of, you know, text and stuff like that. Let's actually see how we can do that. So we're going to be using the template. Okay, now you don't click on the template, you go ahead and you duplicate it. Okay, again, remember, this is a template. We don't want to edit on the template, we want to duplicate it with all the things that it has. And you're gonna see, you're gonna rename it here to tutorial, for example. Okay, and then tutorial practice can be, or whatever name you want to give it, and then you're gonna click it. Okay, and now what you're gonna see is everything. Okay, the things that you, the transitions, all the folders and everything, which is different again, and that's why I explained how to create the template, which is different than creating a new project and actually starting from scratch. Okay, so that's why we created a template. It's going to be helpful for you for the next projects that you're going to be editing. So let me actually delete this, and you're going to be using the tutorial, but me, I'm going to be editing for Adam, okay, in this tutorial, in this video. So I'm going to use this template that I have already created for Adam. So I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to rename it for Reel 7. I'm gonna call it Reel 7 Adam. Okay, I'm gonna click on it, and you guys are gonna see this is a template that I have built for my clients. So there are some things that I use a lot within their videos. So as you can see, I have added all like the overlays ready on this timeline, all the sound effects as well, and some other things like shadows and just a couple things. All right, now I have also I like to put the, you know, their name on the template, their name, and just to make sure, you know, that this is their template. And as you can see, these type of fonts, these are not fonts from Capcut. Okay, these are fonts that I have downloaded and added into Capcut from my computer, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. But before we actually talk about that, let me actually go ahead here really quick, and because I want to show you the first way of adding captions. Okay, so captions, in case you don't know, are these little subtitles here on the reels. Okay, so we are going to be doing that for the reels, and with Submagic you can use different style of captions, like Iman Gatti or Mozi Ali. And as you can see here, if we scroll, you can see all the, you know, the captions and the styles. So you can test this one, but for this video and this tutorial, we're gonna do it the Capcut way. Okay, it's the free way, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So the first thing that we need to do, we're gonna go ahead and add the video that we just prepared. Okay, so in the previous section, we prepared the footage, okay, which is the trim version of Reel 7. So I'm gonna import it, I'm gonna open here, and I'm gonna drag and drop it here. Okay, so that's the video. All right, now just for now, I'm gonna deactivate these things that I have on the template. Okay, just to edit the captions for now. So the next thing, we're gonna go on text. Okay, and we are gonna go here to auto captions, and we are going to generate it. So I'm gonna generate them, and we're gonna wait a couple minutes here. Okay, cool, so the captions are ready. So as you can see, guys, all the captions here have been added to the video. Now they are pretty simple, as you can see. right? So what we're gonna do is, well, first we're gonna center them, and you're gonna locate them whenever you want on, you know, whatever you want on the video. So for example, I want them here, like kind of like on the center, right? And now something that I want you guys to see is that this little button here, okay, so it's applied to all. That means that if I move this sentence here on the caption, so if I move it, for example here, it is going to move all the captions to the same place, even though when they are not selected, okay? Now, if I select this caption here, this sentence, and I deactivate this button here, and I move it around, maybe make it bigger, okay, it is not going to apply to all the captions, all the other captions, all right? So just something to keep in mind. I'm gonna center it here, and I'm gonna make it just smaller and then apply to all, and as you can see, they all apply the same style. Now, you can go ahead and apply a template for your captions. So for example, we have a lot of templates here within Capcut, okay? You can select one, for example this one, and then maybe you can make it a bit smaller, and then, you know, you can check it out. Actually, let's check it out.
If you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business in 2024, if you have at least 5 to 7 hours a week.
Okay, cool, it looks cool. Now, I'm not gonna be using a template for this tutorial, but you guys can use one and you can test it out and you can play around with it, okay? Again, we apply this template to all the captions, all right? So I'm gonna deactivate it here. I'm just gonna, you know, keep it with the basic one, and now I'm gonna add a font that my client told me that he wanted to use. So let's actually take a look at the font. So my client sent me this reel they found, and they liked these captions, okay? And they were like, hey Pablo, if you can use these captions, that would be amazing. All right, so I tried to find it on Capcut, but it was kind of impossible. I didn't know the name, I didn't know where it was, right? Because captions, they have different names and everything. So I found this website actually that you can identify a font. I'm gonna leave the link in the description, but before we go on the website, as you can see, we need to upload an image, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use, whether you're on Windows or a Mac, you're gonna use your snipping tool, all right? And you're going to create a new you know, screenshot, and you're gonna just take a screenshot of this, and you can save it on downloads if you want, okay? So you can save it there. We can go now to the font identifier website, and we can upload the image that we just took, okay, the screenshot that we just took. Now you're gonna click here on match ratchet, and then the website is going to identify the caption for you. So let's actually take a look at the name. So in order to do that, you can click here, and by the way, it gives you like a lot of similar other options, but the first one is, you know, most of the time is the one that is the font, okay? So it's Core Sans, all right? So that's the name. You want to copy and paste it, and now you're gonna go to this website, okay? I'm gonna leave the link in the description as well, and you're gonna paste the name of the font. So for example, in this case, it's Core Sans NC, you know, 95. So we're gonna search it, and then we are going to just go ahead and take a look at the names and try to find it. All right guys, so I found it here. It says Core Sans. It's not like, it's similar, right? Sometimes you're not gonna find the exact same font, but this one is pretty similar. This one works. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna deactivate this one. You just want to download the TTF, all right, the TTF version. So you download it, then you click here on free downloads. The download is gonna start. So we're gonna go here to, we're gonna minimize this, and we're gonna go here to downloads, all right? And then as you can see, we can delete this if you want, and then we're gonna extract this here, and then you can delete these things if you want. And here we have the font, okay? This is the font that we want to install into our computer. So you're gonna double click it, and then you're gonna install it, okay? Okay, I already installed it, so I'm gonna click here no, but you know, in your case guys, you're gonna install it, okay? So once you do that, you can close this one. You can also close this one, and now what you need to do is you need to close Capcut, okay? Because if we try to find it, you know, the system hasn't updated the fonts yet, so we need to just go ahead and close it, and then close it again here, no worries, Capcut always, you know, automatically saves the project for you, so no worries for that. And then you're gonna open Capcut again. All right, perfect. So now we can return to our project, okay? And again, you're gonna take a look at the name of the, you know, of the font, which is core, so it starts with C. And then you're gonna go on Capcut and select the font, all right, that you want to modify, and you are going to look for, as you can see, we have some fonts here, but you want to go to where it says the system fonts, if I'm not mistaken. So it says system font, okay? So you're gonna go to the C in this case because it's core sans, and we're gonna try to find it. So here it is, okay? I have downloaded actually 2 of them. They are pretty similar, but you are going to select the one that you want, okay? So in my case, I think it's this one. Yeah, it's gonna be this one, okay? So I'm gonna select it, and then as you can see, I have the same font that my client was asking for, okay? It's the same font, and I can even go ahead and apply some strokes to it so it looks a little bit better. Maybe not too much, just a little bit, okay? So it looks a little bit better, right? Cool. So now I'm using the font that my clients, you know, wanted to use. So you can, if you know, watch a reel from a creator and you want to use the font that they're using, you can go ahead and apply this, you know, quick process, and then you can upload the font to Capcut and you can use that as your own captions, as you can see. Something that you can also do, guys, before we jumped into the next section of the video, is that, as you can see, these sentences here, they are like, sometimes they are too long, okay? So let's actually take a look at this one. It's too long, right? We don't want the captions to be too long. So what you can do in order to fix that is you go here on captions, okay? And then you can click each sentence, and then you can just click enter, and you can separate them, okay? Whatever you want. So Airbnb business in 2024, and you can do this over and over again, right? Okay, cool. So I have finished just, you know, cutting the captions, all the captions. And what you want to do now, guys, is sometimes these captions are not matching with the voice of the speaker. So you want to go through the video and start matching the captions with the speaker. This can take a little bit of time, but it will look more, it will look better, okay? So let's actually let me actually just go ahead and do that. Okay, perfect, guys. So I have you know, gone through all the entire video, and I just adjusted some of the, you know, captions so they match the actual speaker on the video. Okay, so that's pretty much about captions. Now we can move on to the next section. Okay, guys, so now before we start editing the video and everything, we want to work on the big idea. Okay, so the big idea for the video, okay? This is pretty much just defining where do you want to use backgrounds, where do you want to use b-rolls, and where do you want the actual speaker on the video, okay? So for example, just to give you an example, I'm going to cut, and this is how we start, you know, working on the idea of the video. I'm going to start cutting the, you know, the video in segments, okay? So I'm gonna cut it in segments, and then after that I'm gonna add some backgrounds, okay, and also some b-rolls, so you guys have an idea of what I mean with the big idea. So let's actually take a look here at the very beginning of the video, because most of the time it is gonna be the hook, okay?
If you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business in 2024,
okay, so if you're looking to start an Airbnb business in 2024, that's a hook, okay? So I cut that first section right there, okay? Let's take a look at the next one.
if you have at least 5 to 7 hours a week to put into this, and
Okay, so if you have 5 to 7 hours, you know, a week to put into this, that's another segment of the video, okay? And let's actually take a look at the another one.
and you have at least a small amount of capital to start with.
Okay, and you have at least small capital to start with. Okay, so that's what I mean with just dividing the video on segments. So I'm gonna do that for the rest of the video really quick. Okay guys, so I have finished here. So as you can see, I have divided the video on segments. Okay, and as I was dividing the video on segments, I was also just on my imagination, like kind of like seeing where can I add some backgrounds and where can I add some b-rolls, and just kind of like thinking, okay, thinking about the big idea of the video. So for example, the hook, I'm just gonna leave it like that, and then I'm going to add a background, maybe this one here. Okay, and by the way, I deactivated these things here. I'm gonna activate them again. So I'm gonna add the background somewhere here. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this, and so the background is on this next segment after the after the hook. So let me actually just put it here, and there you go, there's the first background right here. Okay, let me actually adjust this, and as you can see, I have my transitions here. All right, so I'm gonna place this one here and place another one after the first background. Okay, this one I'm gonna see, maybe this one can go somewhere around here maybe. Okay, so let's actually take a look really quick.
2024. If you have at least 5 to 7 hours a week to put into this, and you have at least a small amount of capital to start with, I want to give you...
Okay, cool. So here I want to add another background. Okay, so for example, I want to add this background here. It's going to be here, and it's going to end here. Okay, maybe because I'm going to be using a b-roll here. So for example, on the next segment, which is this one, I was thinking about adding a b-roll. So again, guys, you can go ahead and do this on your with your video. Okay, you can just go ahead and do it with your video. Just go through the entire thing and thinking, okay, where can you add b-rolls, where can you add some backgrounds, or where can you just leave the speaker talking along like we did here on this segment. Okay, I'm just leaving the speaker here. So let me actually just take a look really quick.
Free, and how I was able to go from $0 to $320,000 a year in revenue.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna cut it there.
In my very first year of Airbnb arbitrage.
Okay, and this one we can leave just the speaker. Okay, so as you can see, I already know, and this, by the way, this is a this is a very like quick, like 20-second clip that I'm using on this tutorial. Okay, so this is like a 20-second clip, and I decided to do this one so we do not take too long on the tutorial. Okay, and I'm gonna be able to show you guys some the things that I want to show you in this tutorial. So for example, the hook, which is in the next section, how to use backgrounds, how to use the cutout feature, and stuff like that. So 20-second video, but obviously if the video that you're editing is longer, then you're gonna do that for the entire video. Okay, decide on the backgrounds and pretty much everything. So I think that's it for defining the big idea. And yeah, just a quick thing here, okay, that I wanted to mention is that, again, these backgrounds and these transitions and the sound effects and everything, you can go ahead and get them here on the video editing assets on the link in the description. Okay, but there's another way of actually having that. So let me actually go to the Momentum community. This is a new community that I just created. Okay, and I created it to host some free resources like the video editing assets, okay, and more resources that I create. Okay, this community is for freelancers or any like online business entrepreneur, like course creators or coaches that first want to connect with me, because we can chat on the general chat. You can ask me any questions, we can connect. And also, if you guys want the free resources that sometimes I create, okay, like the video editing assets and more resources that I will be creating. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the link in the description if you want to join the free community. Let's actually move on now. I think we can move on to the next section of the video, which I think is going to be the hook. Okay guys, so now we're gonna be editing the hook, which is this clip right here. Okay, it's the first one obviously, and we're gonna be editing that. We're gonna be talking about how to animate text, all right, for the hook, and just basically like in general how to animate text using Capcut, and how you can also animate video. Okay, so you can animate, you know, apply some animation to the video, and you can also apply some keyframes. We are gonna be talking about that as well. But let's actually start with the hook. Okay, so I have this, again, remember this is a template. Okay, so I already have this ready for ready to use, because I always want to keep the branding whenever I'm editing for my clients. So for example, all the hooks for Adam, I do them with this type of font and with these colors, okay, just to keep the branding of the reel. All right, but in order to, you know, in order for this tutorial, I'm gonna delete this. Okay, so I'm gonna delete it, and then I'm gonna show you how we can also use, how you can upload your own fonts, just like we did on the captions, you know, section of this tutorial. We're gonna be learning how to do that as well for the hook, and just to have how to upload any fonts. Okay, so I'm gonna use the default text here. Okay, so I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna make it the size of the hook, and as you can see, it's just normal text. Okay, now for the hook, I want to deactivate the captions, okay, because I don't really want them. Okay, at least on the hook. So I'm gonna right click, and you can deactivate them, or you can use the key, the V key. Okay, so I'm gonna use it actually. Let me do that. Okay, for all the captions within the hook. All right, let me actually put this closer here. All right, cool. Now for Adam, I always use this font called this one's Favela. Okay, so I'm gonna select that, and I also want it to be uppercase. Okay, so I'm gonna select it, and then there you go. Okay, we have the text with the font that I want to use. Now if you guys want to use the same fonts that I'm using in this tutorial, I just upload them here on the Google Drive. Okay, so I just uploaded them, and you can go ahead and for example, Favela, which is the one we are using right now, you can just download it. You can go to your downloads you know, file on your computer, and then you again just double click and install it. Remember, you install it, and you have to close Capcut in order for Capcut to update on the backend system the font. Okay, and then you open Capcut again, and you are gonna find it within the letter F. Okay, you go to the, you know, down, and then you're gonna find it on the F section. So there you go. Okay, how to upload your own you know, captions. And now we're gonna be obviously editing the hook. So for example, we are gonna take a look of what Adam is saying. Okay, in this case the speaker, and you obviously want to choose something that relates to the hook. So let's actually see.
If you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business in 2024,
okay, so if you're looking to start an Airbnb business in 2024, okay, so for example, okay, we can go ahead and be like how to start. Okay, that's what he's talking about. And then I want to duplicate this actually, okay, and move it a little bit here. And so how to start an Airbnb business. Okay, so we can make this one smaller. Okay, a little bit smaller here. And then if you want, and something that I like to use just to keep the branding again of the you know, just to keep the branding of the reel, I want to select another color here, which is this one. And then maybe I also want to do this italic. Okay, so let's actually take a look. So how to start an Airbnb business. Now, as you can see, it's kind of hard to read, right? As you can tell. So we can apply some stroke to either stroke or shadow. Okay, you can play around with it. Let's actually apply some shadow to both of them, and now as you can see, they look better. Okay, it's way easier to read what, you know, the hook. So okay, that's about the hook. We now have uploaded and used our own font, and also applied some, you know, some shadow and some things to to the text. Now we want to animate it. Okay, so there are several ways you can do this. For example, for how to start, we can apply several animations. I usually use this one, so let's take a look.
If you're looking to
Right, it's like
if you're looking to start,
typewriting, right? It's like typing. And for this one, we can go ahead and apply maybe slide
if you're
up.
looking to
Right. Okay, cool. Now, actually for this one, if you don't want to apply like you know, actual animation, you can apply a loop as well. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one
if you're
here.
looking to start or scale an Airbnb,
So let's actually take a look at the letters. Okay, so you can see the little effect here.
if you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business in 2024, yeah,
Okay, it looks very cool. So I'm gonna keep it, but it's kind of going like very fast, so I'm gonna put it on 8.
if you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business in 2024, if you have at
Okay.
least
Cool, perfect. So I think we're done with the text on the intro. Okay, I think we're cool with that. Again, you can always play around with it and make new things. Now I want to go ahead and edit the video itself. Okay, so usually I like to apply a zoom 1 here.
if you're looking to
Okay, so we have that zoom effect right there, and then I also want to apply some keyframes when he says 2024, right? So let's actually see.
start or scale an Airbnb business in
Okay, so something around here, so we can go ahead and apply keyframes here. Okay, so you select all the keyframes, okay, depending on what you want to do. So you select all the keyframes and then you move it around a little bit. I want to make it zoom in, okay, really quick. So I just go ahead and zoom it in, maybe around here it can be, and then I just make it a little bit like here maybe. Okay, so let's actually take a look at that.
business in 2024.
Okay, it's kind of weird, that last thing that I made there. So let me actually center it again. It's actually here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see.
Business in 2024.
Okay, there you go. Okay, perfect. So we applied some keyframes, as you can see, just to make the zoom in effects. And also he says 2024, all right? So I want to use this letter as well, okay, this type of text. So I'm gonna copy and paste it. All right, oh, let me see what I did here. Okay, so I'm gonna copy and paste this one here, and I want to apply for 2024. Let's see,
Business in 2024.
okay, so maybe it's something around there. So I'm gonna just take it, I'm gonna change it to 2024. Okay, by the way, okay, I wanted to show this to you guys. So this font that we're using is a demo. Okay, so for some reason the number 4 doesn't work, or you know, the special characters, it's understandable, it's a demo, but the number 4, it's not working. So in order to fix that, you just change the font to another one. So for example, I'm gonna change it to Core Sans. Okay, we can the same that we are using for the captions, remember, we can use it here on 2024. And actually this one doesn't give you any problems, you can use the special characters as well. Okay, so 2024. Now the color, I want it to be white though, so we're gonna keep it on white. And yeah, I think it's pretty solid. Now I'm going to explain the cutout feature, okay? And let me actually change the animation for 2024. I want it to be this type effect. And now I'm gonna just drag and drop this keyboard typing sound effect that I have ready to use. Again, you know, I have it ready to use because I built the template, okay? I built the template. I could go ahead and look for it here on sound effects and start looking for it, but that's why I built the template, because I have it ready, just drag and drop it right away, because I use this one a lot. Okay, I use this one a lot. So we put it there, and let's actually see.
This in 2024.
Okay, cool. Now the hook, it's pretty good just as it is right now, but I want to go a little bit farther and add some icons. And also I want to add this 2024 behind the speaker. Okay, so we can do that with the cutout feature. So I'm gonna select the clip, okay, and we want to copy and paste it. All right, and we want to bring it up here. Okay, we want to bring it up, not above Airbnb, and the other one, well, we want to keep it there. Actually, the one that we want to drag and drop is 2024, just in the middle of both clips. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to extract the audio here. Okay, so we want to extract this audio, and then we're gonna select this one, and we want to apply the cutout feature. Now keep in mind that you need to do this after you have added the animation to this clip and the keyframes and pretty much everything, because if you do this and then you apply keyframes to this clip, it's gonna look different. So for example, I'm gonna delete this one here just to give you the example, and I have applied the cutout feature to this clip here, okay, which basically means is this, okay, this is the cutout feature. We just have the person, we just have the speaker. It can only be done with humans, okay. So I have deleted the keyframe here, okay, no worries, I will add it again, but just for the example. And then let's see actually what happens.
If you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business in 2024,
okay, as you can see in 2024, the only one that you know, did the zoom in was the second clip, okay, because it has the keyframe. And that's why you have to do, let me actually revert this, that's why you actually have to do all the keyframes and everything before you know, duplicate the clip and apply the auto cutout feature. Okay, let's take a look at the hook really quick.
if you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business in 2024,
okay, cool. So you see the 2024, it's behind the subject, okay? And I don't know, for me it looks cool. It's a way to play around with the edits as well. So he says Airbnb somewhere, right? So let's actually see.
Scale an Airbnb.
Okay, Airbnb business. Now, you know, for this client and for this template that I'm using for Adam, I already added some images that I, again, usually use whenever I'm editing one of his reels. So I have an Airbnb image here, okay, that I can just go ahead and drag and drop. But I'm gonna show you, because in order to get these images, what I do is I go here on Canva, okay, and keep in mind I'm paying the pro version of Canva. So I'm able to go ahead and download some premium images and things that you cannot download with a free version. So keep in mind that I'm using the, you know, the pro version. So the thing that I do here is I create you know, an Instagram story, okay, because it has the dimensions for the reel. So Instagram story, and I create it, and then guys, I add pretty much whatever I want. Okay, if I want to download an image about a house, I can just type house. Okay, I go on photos or graphics, and I can drag and drop it and download it. Something that I do with images a lot, you know, mostly with person, let's say actually a person, or let's actually go ahead and look for someone here. Okay, so let's actually try it with Alex Hormozy, and let's say you want to use Alex Hormozy in one of the videos. Okay, so we can select this image here, we can copy the image, we can go to Canva, and we can put it here. Okay, now it has a background, we just want to use Alex Hormozy, so the best way, and that's why I use Canva, you can go ahead and edit the photo and you can remove the background. Okay, you can remove the background, and then we can apply some shadows. Okay, so depending on the shadow that you want to apply, you can outline it, you know, you can select the color to maybe white. Okay, you can make this color here, let's actually do this here. Okay, so you can actually notice the difference. You can select the image. Something that I like to use a lot is glow. Okay, just the glow, and I wanted to use the black glow. Okay, so now we just have Hormozy. Okay, without background, with anything, and I can go ahead and download it here, PNG, transparent background, download. Okay, it's gonna download. We go here to our downloads, and there we go. Okay, so Alex Hormozy. So Alex Hormozy. Well, yeah, I had this activated. No worries. We go on the folder that we're using just to keep everything organized. We put it there, and we go on Capcut. And obviously I'm not gonna use Alex Hormozy here, but just to give you guys the example, I imported Alex Hormozy and then I put it here on the timeline. Okay, so I want to use it just on the hook, and then I want to use it here. Okay, maybe I want him to be there. Okay, now I can apply some animation to Alex Hormozy, so maybe slide up
on Airbnb.
Okay, cool. And now there you go, Alex Hormozy. So that's how you can use Canva to pretty much download anything. I have downloaded 3D icons. So for example, you want an icon about a house, for example. So 3D house. I like to use this ones a lot because it's I don't know, it's kind of like better 3D keys, you know, 3D stuff that you can just go ahead and download, and it looks cool for your videos. Okay, so again, I'm not gonna be using Alex Hormozy, so I'm gonna delete it. Sorry, Alex, I know you wanted to be on the video, but what I'm gonna use is Airbnb. Okay, because he says Airbnb. Let
Or
me see.
scale on Airbnb.
Okay, there you go. So we're gonna apply some animation as well.
Airbnb
Slide up.
business.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna keep this here, and as you can see, guys, you know, so far we've been doing some good things. You've been able to animate text, animate video, use the cutout feature, put some text, or it can be I use text here, but you can also, for example, I can drag and drop this one here, and I could use the Airbnb behind the subject as well. Okay, but I don't want to do that. I want to use it here above, and I want to use it here below. Now I haven't mentioned this vertical, you know, what is this vertical black shadow, okay, that I'm using. I'm gonna actually deactivate it. So I use this black shadow for these reels because at first I think it looks cool and I like to use it, but yeah, it's just a shadow. Okay, so if you actually go here, and I think I need to upload, not upload, but update these images here. So on the video editing assets, you go to images, and you're gonna be able to find some shadows. Okay, now I need to actually update this as I'm telling you, because sometimes I use shadows for the reels. So for example, this shadow allows you to, you know, just it, for me it looks cool. Okay, and I like to use it, and I like to use it, you know, on the entire video. As you can see, it's on the entire video. But this image, I don't want it to be like you know, behind the shadow. So I'm just gonna move it here. Okay, and another thing about the shadows, guys, is that for example, for the hook, okay, you can also put a shadow or place a shadow behind the hook, so you can see the letters more clear. Okay, so for example, let's go here to shadows, just to give you the quick example, because I know I'm taking a lot of time on the hook, but yeah, we're going over some good stuff here. So let me put this shadow here. Okay, and then I'm gonna show you. So this is a shadow, as you can see, and I can move it around. Maybe I can place it here, and now as you can see, the text looks better. You know, it's easier to read. Okay, I know that we have applied some shadow to this to the text. We can even apply more shadow by using shadows. Okay, where did I get these shadows? Again, from Canva. Okay, just look for shadow, whatever shadow you want to use, and there you go. Okay, keep in mind, again, these are premium like things, so just keep that in mind. Okay, I'm not gonna use shadow for this one. Okay, I'm not gonna use shadow for this one. And Airbnb logo, we got it there. Maybe it can be a little bit here. And something that I want to do is I want to apply an effect for the icon, so it's not flat. So for example, let's see,
Airbnb business in 2020.
you know, you see it's flat. I mean, it's fine like that, but I want to apply some effects, so it's kind of like moving around. So here are a lot of effects within Capcut, but I like to use these ones. These are my favorite ones, and I use play pendulum a lot, so I'm gonna apply that. Now on the twist, I actually just keep it at 0 because sometimes it takes away the quality from the image, and then you can adjust the strength and the sharpen and all that stuff. So is going to be moving, as you can see. Let's actually take a look at the whole hook for a moment.
If you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business in 2024,
okay, we can make it a little bit here because it's kind of like delayed. And then I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna actually use this whoosh here whenever the icon appears. I think it's somewhere there.
if you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business in 2024, if you have at least...
Okay, there you go. The hook is ready pretty much. And now we can start, we can go to the next section of this tutorial, which is basically the rest of the video. So let's actually go ahead and continue. Okay guys, so let's keep going. We're almost finishing. Let's actually keep going. This is exciting. We're about to edit the whole reel, give it a look, nice professional look. Okay, and yeah, I think this is pretty cool. Like, you can take all these basic things, you know, from Capcut, the free version, and this is a free version, guys. Like, it's amazing that we can do all these things within the free version. And I'm telling you, I'm not like a very pro. Like, I learned this like about 3 months ago, 2 months ago, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, all the things that you can do within Capcut. Okay, so let's continue. All right, let's continue. And another feature that I want to show you, because sometimes it's a cool, you know, a good feature that I think it's cool. So I'm gonna copy and paste this really quick here. Okay, and again, remember, whenever we copy and paste the main clip, the audio is going to be duplicated. So we just right click and we extract the audio. Okay, and we delete it. And then the feature that I wanted to show you is mask. Okay, so masking is another thing that Capcut allows us to do. Okay, so in this example, I'm going to use the circle mask, and I'm going to circle mask the speaker. Let me see. Yeah, you want to center the speaker, maybe a little bit here, maybe a little bit bigger, so we have some room there. There you go. Okay, perfect. And then you want to click here on basic again. So there we have it. Okay, let me see. And now we can actually place it wherever we want. We can make it a little bit smaller. We can place it here at the top of the screen, you know, depending on whatever you want to do with your edit. So let's actually take a look at it.
If you have at least 5 to 7 hours a week to put into this, and you...
Okay, if you have at least 5 to 7, okay, hours a week. So I think now will be a good time to show you guys how to also animate some text with sound effects as well when it comes to numbers. Okay, now something that I didn't explain is that you can go ahead, for example, if you like these, you know, how to start, you know, this font. Okay, if you don't want to go ahead and add a default text, for example, and go on the default text and apply, you know, the font again, and the color and the shadow and the stroke and pretty much everything, if you don't want to go and do that over and over again, because it will take some time, you can just go ahead and click the font that you already edited, and you can save it as a preset. Okay, so let's actually do that. Let's save it for a preset, and here on presets you're gonna find it. Okay, it's actually uploading here. I have created some I actually created one for this tutorial. Okay, but they are pretty much the same. You can rename it, and in this case I'm gonna rename it for example, hook. Okay, you can put it hook, so you can save it. And then if you want to use it again on, you know, later on the video, you can go ahead and do that. You just, you know, drag and drop it. Okay, it's just that simple. Again, we can save a ton of time by doing that. So with this one, I'm gonna keep it you know, lowercase. Okay, and he talks about 5 or 7 hours a week. So I'm gonna use this color. You know, I'm gonna use this color, and I'm gonna use 5. I'm gonna put here 5 hours. Okay, and maybe we can make it italic. Okay, and I'm going to deactivate these, at least for now. I'm gonna deactivate them because I think I don't want to show the captions here as well. So let me actually do that. Okay, cool. So 5 hours. Let's actually see when he says 5 hours.
If you have at least
okay, somewhere around here. Okay, 5 hours
5 to 7
and 7 as well. So I'm gonna copy and paste this here. Okay, copy and paste. I'm gonna drag it a little bit here, drag and drop it, and then 7 hours. All right, perfect, cool. Actually, the size is a little bit small, so I'm gonna, just change the size. And now I have to change the size for this one as well, just to match it. Okay, so there you go, 7 hours. If you have 7 hours a week. Okay, now we could keep it like that. Let's actually see.
If you have at least 5 to 7 hours a week to put into this.
Okay, but I would like to use something, just to animate it a little bit. Okay, and I also want to show you guys how to use the sound effects from Capcut as well. Okay, so we're gonna animate this one using this one here. Okay,
5 to 7.
Okay, and we're gonna just
5 to 7
increase this a little bit, so 5 can go a little bit here. Now we have a lot of sound effects here on Capcut. Okay, but I have found some of the ones that I use the most. Okay, and you can, for example, on the sound effects, if you like a sound effects, for example click, you can add it to your favorites, and then once you're on sound effects, you just scroll up and then they will show it to you. You can also search for by keyword, okay, any sound effects that you would like to use. So for example, in this one, I'm going to use text appears on screen, and I'm gonna put it here whenever 5 hours start. Okay, now these sound effects sometimes are loud, so you can control the basically the volume here. Okay, so I'm gonna put it like at 6, and then I'm gonna just put it here. Okay, so let's actually see.
5 to 7 hours.
Okay,
It's 5 to 7.
okay, 5 to 7. We're gonna do the same for 7. So let me actually 7. We apply the same animation. Okay,
7 hours.
and then we take this one, make it a little bit just smaller, and then copy and paste the other one. So let's see.
5 to 7 hours a week to.
Okay, there you go. So 5 to 7 hours a week. And then we have the transition, and then we have just the speaker. So for this speaker, okay, I want to just make it a little bit close here. Okay, maybe like 114. And then at the end of the clip, I also, oh, by the way, don't forget to add the keyframe. Okay, so you zoom in and then you add the keyframe. You can add it, you can add it just here, but I like to just add them all. And then I go here and I just put actually a clip here, and I just put 100. Okay, so 100. So there you go. Okay, now I did that because I just wanted to give this effect of the camera just going back. So let's actually take a look.
And you have at least a small amount of capital to start with. I want to give.
Okay, cool. So there you go. Let's actually take a look at the whole the hook that we edited. This segment here with the masking, and then this little simple segment here with the the zoom in and zoom out. So let's actually take a look.
If you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business in 2024, if you have at least 5 to 7 hours a week to put into this, and you have at least a small amount of capital to start with, I want to give.
Okay, cool. So I think it's pretty solid. What I'm going to do now is that I'm gonna show you guys how to, for this segment here, how to apply the cutout, but using a background as well. So I'm gonna just go ahead and copy and paste this clip here. Okay, and I actually want to put it above the background. Okay, so we can actually see it. So let me actually just put this background here and this one here, and then again we're gonna extract the audio, we're gonna delete it, and we are gonna go and apply the cutout feature to this clip here. Okay, perfect. So there you go, it's ready. So we have now the speaker talking, but it looks a little bit weird. right? As you can tell. So we can go ahead on the cutout clip, the clip that we just applied the cutout feature to, and then you can apply some stroke. Okay, now this stroke, there are different types, as you can see, of a stroke. You can use the one that you like. I like this one here, the second one, and I like just to put it, you know, at 0 because I don't want too much stroke. I just want a little bit so it doesn't look, you know, weird. And then I don't like, that's why I use this shadow here, because I want this guy to be a little bit here, and I want to make him a little bit just bigger. Okay, and I want to put it maybe there is fine. Let's actually take a look.
Start with, I want to give you my 7-step framework for free.
Okay, 7-step framework for free. Okay, cool. Now, guys, something that I forgot to mention, but if you like a background a lot, okay, that's fine. But if you use it like too many times, you know, it can get repetitive. Again, it's fine because also you want to keep the branding of the reels. Okay, it's totally fine. But if for some reason you want to change the color of a background, you can do it. Okay, so you can still use the same background, and maybe you can, you know, change the color of the background so you're still using the same background, but it's a little bit different. So for example, with this one, you can play with the saturation. And so I'm gonna play with the saturation here, the full saturation, and then I go to the video. It's a different color. Okay, so same background, different color. It changes a little bit. It doesn't get repetitive if I'm using this background a lot of times. So there you go. Okay, just something really quick that I wanted to explain. Now, as you can see, the captions are overlapping the face. So what we want to do is I want to go here and I want to deactivate this option, and I want to drag and drop it somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here is fine. And then I'm gonna copy the coordinate, and I'm gonna apply that to the other ones. So just copy and paste, just copy and paste to the other ones in this segment. Okay, I need to do it manually. Yeah, it's kind of like annoying, but you have to do it manually. Click enter, and there you go. If we go and hit play,
I want to give you my 7-step framework for free and how.
Okay, there you go. So 7-step framework. Okay, now you can get creative with it. At this point for me, I'm just gonna use a preset that I have created. So it's actually this one. Again, you know how to create presets, so you can create as many presets with the colors and fonts that you want. Okay, and you can save them here. As you can see, I have quite a lot here. Well, not a lot, but some presets. So 7-step framework. So we can put it like 7, okay, and step 7. Let me see. 7-step framework. Okay, 7-step framework. Just to keep the branding, I want to use this color, and I think that looks cool. Okay, so 7-step framework. We can also, if we wanted to, apply some animations. So for example, I like this one, which is open. Okay,
I want to give you
open, and I
want to give you my.
Okay, there we go. 7-step framework. Okay, I think that looks cool. Or I can actually not apply this and apply some.
I want to give you my 7-step framework for free.
Okay, cool. I think the look.
I want to give you my 7-step framework for free.
Okay, cool. I think that one looks better, just like the hook here on the intro. I think that will be cool. So maybe make it a little bit, bigger. And again, you can add some, like, for example, a step framework. So I have some icons here. I think business, and again, you can find them here again on the video editing assets. You can find some icons here. Here they are. I think the neon icons, you can find them there. But for example, I'm gonna use it's talking about the 7-step framework. Okay, so I'm gonna get this one here, and I'm gonna put it here.
I want to give you my 7-step framework for.
Okay, sometimes it gets laggy. Okay, you can, sometimes it's just too much things on the timeline. The computer can get laggy. And for this one, I'm also, because I don't like too many colors sometimes, so I can adjust these icons also and apply some saturation so they are just black and white. And then I also want to drag and drop these sound effects that I have ready. Again, sound effects, you can find them here on the folder on the video editing assets. So let me actually just drag and drop this one here.
I want to give you my 7-step framework for free and how I was
Okay, now how I was able to
how I was able to go from $0 to $320,000 a year in revenue in my
okay, so from zero from 0 to $320,000. Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, I guess like I've gone pretty much through all the things that I wanted to show you guys. The cutout feature, you know, adding backgrounds, adding text, how to apply animation to text, and also how to apply animation to icons like the Airbnb icon here. Yeah, I mean, you can also apply animation to videos. So this little video here about the icon, you can apply some animation so it moves around. Let's actually take a look.
I want to give you my 7-step framework for free and how I
Okay, cool. I think it looks pretty cool. I have also talked about the backgrounds. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna think about what I can do in this next section, and then I'm going to show you guys, okay, what I did. And basically I think after that I'm going to be editing the outro of the video, so the call to action and pretty much everything. I'm actually gonna get rid of this really quick. But yeah, just talk about the outro of the video. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna show you how, you know, how I edited this. Okay guys, perfect. So as you can see, I added some stuff here like numbers and stuff like that, and then some text here as well. And I also added like some icons and also a call to action at the end. So I pretty much just finished editing the, you know, this reel here. And I also wanted to show you a couple things that we can do, okay, just to finish the reel, just to finish the tutorial, and so you guys have some good insights. So for example, something that I wanted to show you is you know, this feature of the, you know, the screen feature that we were talking about. So let me actually go here on, it's kind of like the same feature we talked about with the overlays, but now we're gonna apply it to a video. Okay, so any video with a black background. So for example, here on film grain, we have these builds, okay, as a clip. Okay, so whenever he says $320,000, I want these builds to pop up. Okay, even though we have, you know, the builds on the backgrounds, this is just to show you guys the example of what I want to do. So we're gonna rotate this here, and I'm gonna adjust it to the screen. And now whenever the money payment sounds, I also want these fields to appear on the screen. But as you can see, they are, you know, they have black background, and they are also a little bit slow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the clip, and I'm going to here on blend, on mode, and I'm gonna choose a screen. Okay, so with that we only see the builds and not the black background color. Keep in mind, this can be done with any animated video or anything that has a black background. So for example, if you by any chance, let's go to here, the Instagram story that we were creating. So if we go to any animated video, like let me just put animated here, okay, go to graphics, and you see, if for example you want to use any of these animations, I don't know which one could we use here. Maybe this one. Okay, so maybe we want to use this one. Let me actually just what you have to do actually is change the background color of the clip. You change it to black. Okay, and now this clip is around 6 seconds. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download it. okay, and yeah, just download it. Okay, so we're gonna wait a little bit until we have the video. Okay, perfect. So here we have it. Now we're gonna change the name. It can be just this, whatever name you want to give it, and then again put it on the folder that we are using. And now you can go here, for example, and you're gonna add the video here on the video. So let me go to reel, where is it, reel 7. Okay, perfect. So we go here, and this is just to give you the example. Again, I'm not gonna use this reg video, but you can do the same thing. You can just screen, okay, and actually we can just add it here as an example, and I'm gonna just put it here. Actually, we can put it on the whole segment, okay, just to give you the example. Let's see how that looks like.
Free, and how I was able to go from zero to $320,000 a year in revenue in my very.
So as you see, you can see it there on the corner. Okay, so that's how you can use any animated videos. Just make sure again that the video that you want to use or the animation has a black background. Okay, now you can also go ahead and search on YouTube different video effects and overlays, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want this video to be too long, this tutorial. So cool. Now just one thing, these builds are kind of like slow, okay? I want them to be faster, like more explosive, right? So I'm going to use the speed feature here on Capcut, and I'm gonna just speed it up to maybe 6.5. Let me see,
$20,000 a year in revenue.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that looks cool. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 7, maybe faster.
$20,000 a year in revenue.
Okay, cool. So there you go. There we have it. Okay, and now that's what I wanted to show you in terms of the screen mode on a video. Okay, which is, you know, pretty similar to the transitions and overlays. And now here I want to add a background video, like a B-roll, okay, which I already have it here, and I wanted to show you guys how you can add B-rolls on the clip as well. So I'm gonna drag and drop this one here, okay, to the timeline, and I want to use it above the video and also like kind of like behind the speaker. So what I'm gonna do is
revenue in my very first year of Airbnb.
Okay, you see, it's obviously we don't want it to be that way. So I'm going to adjust it a little bit, just zoom in a little bit, and I'm going here to put it here. Here is fine, okay? Maybe a little bit above, maybe there, okay? And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to mask, and previously we used the circle mask, okay? But now we're gonna use the horizontal mask feature, okay? So we can drag and, you know, we can drag this thing, okay, here, the line, and we can also drag and drop this one here, okay? So just feel free to adjust it whatever you want, okay? So in my case, it can be somewhere, I don't know, maybe like somewhere here, all right? And I also want to, you just click on basic, you can put it a little bit above if you want to, okay? Maybe make it this smaller, and then go back to mask and readjust it as you want, okay? So maybe there is fine, okay? And click basic again, and then I'm gonna cut it here, all right? And there you go, we now have a background B-roll video on the clip as well. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I also added an icon here, like a some builds icon, and I also changed this one. Previously it has like an animation with a loop, but I decided to change it to just a normal in animation. Okay, a couple of stuff. I also added the free, you know, icon there, so, you know, just to make it look a little bit better when he says he has a free framework. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now before I show you the end result, again, remember we got the community here. You can join if you want to connect with me, if you have any questions. Also, something that I wanted to mention is that if you want to possibly work with me as a video editor, you know, you can learn using the tutorial, and then you can practice, and you can reach out to me. Sometimes I need an editor because sometimes I cannot handle all the work if I'm getting like too many clients. So you can also have the opportunity to work with me. But yeah, you can join the community, we can chat, we can connect. And now let's actually take a look at the end result. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you guys and you learned some new insights. Feel free to go ahead and practice. Again, you have everything here on the video editing assets. You can use my raw videos. This has already been trimmed, so you can just go ahead and start editing right away. With that being said, take a look at the end result and see you in the next video.
If you're looking to start or scale an Airbnb business in 2024, if you have at least 5 to 7 hours a week to put into this, and you have at least a small amount of capital to start with, I want to give you my 7-step framework for free and how I was able to go from zero to $320,000 a year in revenue in my very first year of Airbnb arbitrage. Message me the word blueprint and I'll send it over absolutely free.